The only thing EFCC sold was things seized before him. Trucks, old trucks in Port Harcourt. Federal Ministry of Works was called to assess it. They assessed them, gave their ridiculous prices, believing that they will buy it. They called motor companies and later on they sold it. These things we have had it before, and we monitored it as at that time as anti-corruption crusaders. But for those things he has recovered, go to Zone 6. You will see SUV cars brand new, you will see buses, you see all those things rotting away. You remember there was a time they picked about 50 or 40 vehicles from a particular compound. They parked it there, they're still there. Most of them are getting out of use. And these things are scattered all over the country. But they say it was stolen because there was a problem whether Attorney General would sell or EFCC. That was the problem. So he has not sold anything. These are the lies. I am saying so because I'm involved in this thing. Subtly. Subtly. Because as we're also supporting him, we are monitoring him. That is one. There was the proceeds they said he quoted about 400 million or so. When they got to the bank, they got higher than that. If you have gotten lower than that, then it will raise questions. Maybe by the time you asked me, it was 10 naira. Before you got to the bank, more recoveries were made, it increased. So if he had quoted, for example, 10 naira, you got to the bank, you see 8 or 9 or 5 or 6, then you have reason to worry. It does not exist. The last time it was about where he lived, amount of money used to furnish it. Those things got to the president. The president laughed over it. So, you see, this is corruption fighting back. No more, no less. The truth is that those who have been investigated and are due for courts are ready now to take their own pound of flesh. And we know them. I know them. They are the ones that are putting this money together. They are the ones putting this money together. Remember I told you the last time, to influence government functionaries close to the president. Go and read my last text. And I will always give you my proverb. The witch cried last night. The child died today. Who does not know that it was the witch that cried yesterday that killed the child? So let them prove it. Let them prove it. If they prove it, I will come back to you and say I'm sorry. And I will now face the man that I have put my integrity on the line for. We have not seen such things. We have not seen it. You know me. You have known us for years. We have not. It does not. Let them prove it. We are waiting for them to prove it item by item. Next question.
Sir, about 10 days ago, like you earlier mentioned, you came out to alert the nation based on your intelligence that corrupt politicians were putting money together to lobby government functionaries to persuade the President Buhari to remove acting chairman EFCC, Ibrahim Magu. Today, it is on public domain that the Attorney General of the Federation raised a memo to the President to replace Ibrahim Magu based on alleged wrongdoings. What do you have to say on this development, sir?
These allegations are unfounded and of no moment. You see, they're looking for things to convince the President. But I think the President knows that this fight against corruption is the only thing he has now. They want to truncate it. Look, there are things we will not say publicly. But I will advise President Muhammadu Buhari to call Magu, sit with him one-on-one. Let me give him a lead. Ask Magu where let me have an idea of these funds in the banks, scattered all over the banks, running into hundreds of billions of naira that are on PND, post no debit, including funds in foreign currency. Some of them we know. But you see, these people will look for people to help them. They go to government functionaries, they go to business people to negotiate the percentage that will be accruable to them if the money is released. But there is somebody that has put the PND, Ibrahim Magu. When they get to his table, they will meet stumbling block. These funds are all over in the banks. There was even one that was recovered from a first generation bank in billions, put in the system. They are not happy about it because they have concluded on what to do with it. We have this information. So, but it's unfortunate that most Nigerians will be speaking out of ignorance, raw, gross ignorance. They have pumped money not only to government functionaries, they have now gone to the press. A prominent Nigerian called me this morning that he wrote something on Magu, drawing the attention of the president on the implications of removing Magu. He said 2 days ago, they pulled the thing down from the system. They pulled it down. I read it. He said they have pulled it down. I said, who did? He said he has gotten his media man. They are trying to find out. They put it, they kept it. When you open it now, he said this cannot be found. That is it. They are extending their tentacles. Even this one I'm doing now, by the time I finish you air it once, they may succeed in pulling it down. As I'm talking, they will be hearing you. They say, what nonsense is this man talking about? It pains them because we are telling them. I will give you an example with my state. I'm from Imo, and I know the billions of naira that was stolen from our money. It pains me and my heart bleeds. These are the assignments that Magu must conclude. Unless the president say, okay, all of you have stolen, go home and sin no more. Then we say bye-bye to the fight against corruption. I have just given you one state where I come from. And in this particular state, we can pinpoint where they put the money. And Magu has finished his investigation. Ditto in other states. Ditto some former ministers. So they don't want to see him have a date in court with them. So when I say corruption is fighting back, corruption is really fighting back. I am not trying to say that anybody is indispensable. But Magu has gone too far. He has recorded successes. He is not listening to the corrupt Nigerians we have. A man that has achieved over 1,000 convictions, recovered more than 800 billion naira cash, which the president acknowledged in his June 12th speech. Properties worth hundreds of billions are littered up. If you drive out here now, you will see keep off EFCC investigation all over. These things will be reversed. Take it to the bank. It will be reversed. That is what they want to achieve. By that time, corruption would have succeeded in fighting back. That is the implication of that. But this man, that's why I said, Mr. President, send his name to the Senate for confirmation. By that time, you would have given him more teeth to bite. Even those corrupt in your government. There are people corrupt too here that he has finished the investigation. We will put pressure and they will go to court. They will go to court. There is no hiding place. On this one, I'm on the same page with President of Federal Republic. On this one, there is no hiding place. Okay. And the President, I know, will not want anything that will truncate this agenda of fight against corruption. For now, Ibrahim Mustapha Magu is the best man for the job.
Like you said, based doing this piece of corrupt criminals gathering money to influence government functionaries. But that didn't yield any result as it stands. And today we are here again, we are still echoing the same concern. What happens after today if nothing happens? President Buhari does not react or act on these facts?
You see, when we're in a democracy, even some of those things we are reading in the media cannot be substantiated. Some of them are hyped by people already hired, both in the first line media and in the social media. Some of them are hyped. Some of them do not, most of the information do not exist. It's not even in the memo. So, in a democracy, the president is supposed to listen to the feelings of the people. Genuine Nigerians who believe that this country should move forward must come to terms with the fact that this man everybody is fighting on fight against corruption. There must be something in it that will go in his favor. And that thing that will go in his favor is because they have been doing this fight since years now, since 4 years now. They never wanted him to be confirmed in the Senate. They never wanted him to be there. And he has survived all these attacks. Now this is the last slot. It behoves on us who are appreciative of what he has done in EFCC to speak out. It is left for the president. President, if you now want to succumb to the corrupt politicians you have been fighting even since 1984, if you want to succumb to them now, so that it will now be Uhuru, it is left for the president. But if you want this fight to continue and to continue to yield results based on your expectations, Ibrahim Mustapha Magu should be left and should be confirmed by the Senate. We have no personal interest. Our interest is that we have too much money in the hands of very few that did not work for it. The only opportunity they had was because they found themselves in power and they stole public funds. We have no interest, we have no personal interest. So for those that will be attacking us, these are our reasons. And those that are doing this and supporting those fighting Magu is either that they are corrupt or they are in the process of getting corrupt or has intention of getting corrupt. No other reason. But if you believe in this country, that this is the time we need all the money for development, we must come together and plead with the president, urge the president not to listen to them. During the last time I called them enemies of Nigeria. They are still enemies of Nigeria and enemies against the fight against corruption.
The final question.
Yes.
Sir, do you think the president will not bow to the pressure?
I don't think so. You see, rightly or wrongly, the president is known for fight against corruption. All the other things he added was maybe later. When he was here in 1984, we saw what happened. When he was head of state, I'm tracing it from there. When he became a politician, all he talked about was fight against corruption. Corruption is too much, corruption is too much. And he put it in his agenda. Yes, we may not have arrived there. Yes, there are people in government that have not been touched. Yes, people in the previous government were not touched, but they have been touched now. So those untouchables in President Buhari's government will be touched later. But whether they will vomit what they have stolen from our common patrimony, they must vomit it. And they must pay for it. So I don't think the President Buhari we know will succumb to such phantom, premeditated plots to kill his anti-corruption crusade. God help the Federal Republic of Nigeria.